The earliest recipes for beer typically didn't list its most important ingredient, yeast.
Back in the day, they didn't know why beer fermented. They thought it was God. It was like, oh, God is doing this. It's making this miraculous thing. They'd pop hops, water, and malt, and all of a sudden, they have a fermented product.
But here in Ashburn, Virginia, the Lost Rhino Brewing Company recognizes the importance and uniqueness of that missing ingredient. Most brewers' yeast is limited to a few types that have been cultivated in labs and breweries for decades. But the Lost Rhino staff also experiment with strains of wild yeast. Non-domesticated forms of the single-celled fungus can be found everywhere, even floating in the air.
The original beer was just from the air. Whatever fell into it, whatever came, we were using sanitary practices, but whatever happened to come into that beer fermented it. It's unique to us, it's unique to our region. It came out pretty well.
And using a cotton swab and a growth plate, you can source yeast from the most unexpected places. Take Lost Rhino's blended Gozilla.
It was harvested from the parking lot and put into the barrel, and we didn't take it out for 2 years. So kind of sat in there. We didn't know what was going to happen. Just something grew from the parking lot. We popped the yeast in, and it spontaneously fermented. So then we took we called it a punch-in. We took that, and we added 2 different other barrels, blended it.
With the right equipment, you can grow your very own yeast strain for brewing. But be warned, not every yeast makes a good beer. And wild yeast takes much longer to ferment.
These beers take up to 3 years to mature. So that's just so much time and so much raw ingredients just sitting on a shelf or in a barrel.
Experimentation can be a slow, meticulous process. But with the right ingredients, it's a process that can reward you with a tasty brew.
And remember, the key ingredient to beer is all around us. Cheers to yeast. I'm Sadie Witkowski, VOA News, Ashburn, Virginia.